All is one says, do you struggle with the feeling of discontentment, as in you don't feel whole in the moment? Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of times, discontentment for me arises when I am in egoic consciousness, when I am involved with my thinking mind, when I am giving a lot of interest to just my thoughts. Things can start to feel pretty dead. And so when I'm struggling with discontentment, I try to like really bring my awareness into my heart space, into my gut, and I try to rest there with the discontentment. I don't go into the heart to get rid of the discontentment. I just try to go listen to, you could say, like a different voice. Like, ooh, what's the heart have to say right now? Because discontentment, it can also mean that we're disconnected from our heart, that our heart is closed. Because when our heart's open, we usually feel pretty full and whole in the moment, right? So when there's discontentment, it means there's something that's closed down. It could be in the heart, could be in any of the chakra centers. Discontentment is kind of just a contracted state. Because when we're wide open, and in an expanded state, of course, discontentment isn't something that we're grappling with. And for me, I know when I get in my headspace and start believing thoughts and anything about worry in the past or something about the future, that's when this moment starts to feel kind of like not enough. And that's when I start chasing things too. So discontentment can do two things. Either we can use it as a beautiful teacher to bring us more fully into our heart, into maybe there's probably pain that discontentment is ultimately a veil for grief and rage. So if you're feeling discontentment, it's probably because there's some buried rage and grief in your body. So when discontentment arises, we can, like I said, use it as like this beautiful teacher to go, oh, is there somewhere in my body and my being that, I've been avoiding for maybe a decade? Does something in me need to cry? And we might not be able to cry right at first. But if we just sit with discontentment and just surrender, okay, there's discontentment here, feel into the heart, feel into the gut. These are two areas where we like to bury grief and rage. Then something might start coming forward, a feeling we've been avoiding and veiling with discontentment. Or we can do the thing we're discontented, and I'm guilty of this too sometimes. We'll just start chasing stuff, right? I'm going to chase this partner or this whatever the thing is for you, this food. I'm going to eat when I'm not hungry. I'm just going to bow before the YouTube gods and the Netflix gods. But I challenge you, if you're feeling discontentment, I challenge you to sit with yourself for like 2 hours with your phone off, computer off, everything. Just sit with yourself doing absolutely nothing. And, more than likely, whatever discontentment is veiling, covering, it will start to come forward. And then you surrender to that feeling. You let yourself feel that feeling. You let yourself grieve. You let the rage flow through your body. And then that starts to transform. Like grief, it transforms into joy. Rage can transform into like this powerful feeling, this action. Siraji K says, thanks, Matt. You helped me a ton when I was struggling through my awakening. Oh, good. Glad that this video or that the videos have been helpful. Great to have you here. Thanks again for your insights. Really helpful stuff. All is one says, beautifully put, Matthew. I can relate, absolutely. Appreciate sharing your experience. It's similar to what I experience. The more I sit doing nothing, the quieter the mind gets and the heart opens up. Yeah, it's so beautiful when we just like realize, oh wow, I just have to do nothing. And then the divine literally just starts speaking to us through our heart space. Clarity starts arising. Deep emotions that we were disconnected from, and we didn't even know. We were unconsciously running from so much. When we just sit with ourselves for long periods, all that stuff starts coming up. And while it may be hard, most times it's really hard, especially if you don't do it often, you always leave way more connected to yourself, connected to the divine, connected to your heart. It's a beautiful practice, just sitting and doing nothing. And I feel like that's so much of, not to like step on my July ascension symptom or ascension energy video, but I think that's a lot of July, is learning how to rest even more in beingness, like deep rest, you know? Deep Thought says, yes, thank you, Matt. You are so welcome. All as One says, thank you, feeling the connection to one another through the stream. Appreciate what you're doing greatly. Much love to you all. Yeah, I feel that too. It's really nice just to sit here with you all. Just to share this moment with you, because I feel like when we come together, it just makes the present moment feel so much more full. And I feel when I'm with you all, just an effortless opening to something greater, to grace, to the Most High,